Hello everyone. Today we'll be looking at 3 different UFO videos on Analyzing Today's UFO Clips, episode 35. For those of you who are new to this channel, I'd like to start off by saying that this is a series where we analyze UFO clips that you or anyone else can find on the internet. Sure, we all want to get to the bottom of this UFO mystery, but here, it's our guilty pleasure to watch and analyze UFO clips because, well, we love the UFOs, right? Also, don't forget to stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can win a free embroidered hoodie this month of December. Our first clip comes to us from Michigan, and it was recorded on October 27, 2013. Let's go ahead and watch first, and then discuss. Pretty weird clip. It looks straight out of a movie. So as far as I know, this clip has yet to be debunked, and there's a bunch of strange things that stand out about this clip. We'll go ahead and begin with the shape of the object, as it's not round like your typical UFO, and actually seems more complex in shape, with what even appears to be these wing sections where it seems like you can actually see right through them. Also, we can note the size of it. It's not much bigger than the car below it, and I doubt anyone could fit inside of there. And it kind of reminds me of the size of that disc we saw in one of our previous episodes. I'll go ahead and link it up here. In that episode, they talked about how the craft they saw could have been some sort of scout ship. Also, there's this. The strange green beam this object seems to be casting towards the ground, looking like it's scanning the area and the car below it. It kind of reminds me of the clip we saw in one of our other past episodes, I'll link it above, with that LiDAR plane. But that other clip very much featured a plane, as you can see. This one seems kind of different. This doesn't act like your typical plane, of course. Something else to note, and we can talk about, are the sounds we hear in the video. First, we can hear the truck engine running, but there's also this undulating, whirling sound. Listen close. So perhaps by now you know where I'm going with this. Is this a drone? I think the most logical explanation for this would be some sort of LiDAR drone. So I decided to do some digging around, and there's some things to consider. First, we have to keep in mind that this was filmed in 2013, and we have to ask ourselves, how good was drone technology back then? And well, apparently, it's actually very similar to today. Let's go ahead and look at some modern LiDAR drones. Here's an example, the Surveyor 32, and here's another one, the Xena Onyx Scan drone. So from this we know that LiDAR drones do exist. But here's the biggest problem when it comes to that theory. Drones usually have lights on them, sometimes very bright lights, sometimes many lights. But this object is completely self-illuminating, meaning that every component on this object seems to be glowing with its own light. Remember last week's episode where we featured that drone? That particular clip was made by connecting a large LED bar to a drone, but that's exactly what it looked like, a large glowing bar. This object over here though, the whole thing is clearly glowing, as we can tell from these shots. So to me, that makes this drone theory kind of hard to believe. I mean, how many drones do you know that can glow completely on their own? So that leaves the only other option really, which is CGI. And sure, that's not impossible, and of course maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think this is CGI. Something that does bother me about this clip, however, is the reaction from the cameraman. This guy's just completely cool as a cucumber. If it was me, I'd at least be using some colorful language. Yet this guy stays completely silent. Maybe he was trying to be quiet so he wouldn't get spotted, or maybe he's actually just setting this whole thing up. I mean, I don't know. But what do you all think? Leave your comments down below. Next, we'll be looking at a clip that's recently been everywhere. Let's go ahead and watch first, and then discuss.
Captando un ovni en vivo. Hasta hay tráfico, porque todos quieren tomar fotos.
La policía.
¿La policía?
So, first off is that this is said to have taken place in Venezuela, but other than the fact they're speaking Spanish, we really don't know if that's actually the case. But in this scene, there's a busy street that's actually being disrupted by people filming something in the sky. The lady in the video refers to the object in the sky as a UFO. And yeah, maybe that's what she thinks she's seeing. But there's a couple of problems with this clip. One is that it very much reminds me of a similar clip that came out of New Jersey where people actually were pulling over on the highway to record something that looked very much like a UFO in the distance. But in the case of New Jersey, it actually turned out to be the Goodyear blimp, and the object in the Venezuela video looks very, very similar to the New Jersey one, right down to its shape and even with that light in the middle. Another problem with this clip to me is the source of the clip. Apparently it came from World Star Hip Hop. And I've been doing some digging around, and I can't find anything to do with this event, which seems to be a pretty big deal. So this leads me to believe that this was a clip of a lady thinking she was seeing a UFO, but was probably looking at something very earthly like a blimp in the distance. And then some people decided to share it and sensationalize the whole thing. Heck, you know what? It might actually even be the same object we see in New Jersey, but taken from a different location by somebody else. Again, they look very, very similar. But anyway, this clip didn't convince me, but I thought I'd share it anyway in case you run into it somewhere and wonder what I think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next, I wanted to share with you a clip that I ran into on social media. Let's go ahead and watch it real quick. So the reason I wanted to share this with you is that sometimes you'll see a clip like this come across your feed and you'll think to yourself that, well, surely it must be fake. And well, in this case, it is. But it goes a little deeper than that. Apparently, this is the creation of a YouTube channel that goes by the name of Section 51. And I went ahead and did a little bit of research and found an article that read, Section 51, relative newcomer to the hoax business, they've added a twist. Instead of going out and shooting an empty sky, they've taken authentic military footage and added CGI spaceships. Nice touch. They also go on to say, they offer various incentives for those prepared to provide funding for their science fiction projects, which include planned movies. The incentives include offering for a small fee to take the video of your choice and we insert an original UFO on it. Here's the original video of the jet in which the UFO was inserted. And I feel like it's important that we get this information out there because, well, I don't want to talk bad about anyone, but I just don't think that a UFO video hoax machine helps with our beloved subject. But again, that's just one UFO head's opinion. Now let's talk about our monthly hoodie giveaway. Each month for the foreseeable future, we will be giving away one free embroidered pullover hoodie to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do is be subscribed, leave a comment on an eligible video, and read the full list of rules at loveUFOshop.com/rules to be entered into our sweepstakes. Don't want to wait to get a hoodie? Then you can shop merch at loveUFOshop.com and help support this channel. We always really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of this content. And as always, this is Jesse, and I know that all of us will keep searching for that one undeniable clip because we love the UFOs. Till next time.